Hello, we're nearly at the end of October, beginning of November. The time's just flying, and if you're wondering why I'm a bit dressed up, I had my group thing that I do once a month, but my topic today is thoughts. Because of the week that's gone past, I had been woken up to a lot of noise and made a lot of assumptions, and I've been overtired. And when you are overtired, you don't think rationally, you don't think logically. Now, I'm just going to backtrack all of this. Thoughts. I don't know what your belief system is, but my belief system is that thoughts create. What you think is what you say, and what you think is what you do. So I wanted to concentrate a little bit on my bad week. Because of lack of sleep, my mental health suffered, and I made a lot of assumptions, as out of you and me is assumed, and rightfully or wrongly blamed people. And believe me, even if I was in the right, yesterday I decided I have enough of this. I'm going to contact all these people who this last week had, for want of a better word, pissed me off or hurt me. Because even when you're angry, you get hurt. And they're not responsible for this, guys. You are. Your thoughts. But anyway, I decided to reach out and just say, well, I'm going to take this on the chin. I'm going to be the bigger person, and I'm going to say to the other person, sorry, I've been going through a lot. And I actually even bought one person a present who, I had been in my head thinking these poisonous thoughts and angry at her for making noise. We talked. I'm not sure whether it is her making the noise, but it doesn't really matter. The conversation here I'm having today is poisonous thoughts. Thoughts can really ruin relationships. Thoughts can ruin friendships. Really good friendships. Toxic thoughts. And I know that when you're under the influence, whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol, your thoughts can get really, really weird sometime. So I just thought I'd make a video that we really examined our thoughts, because I'm not trying to get religious on you here, or even try and tell you to do like what I did, go and make amends, because, hey, you have a right to your life, and you have a right, to your anger. You have a right to your shit. You have a right. We all judge, But from our thoughts, we make assumptions. And from our thoughts, we can say things. And from our thoughts, we can do things. And sometimes what we say and sometimes what we do makes us even in worse shit, if you know what I mean. I love this saying, hurt people hurt people. So I started the video saying that thought creates. Now, scientists have actually it's not recent anymore, I think it's within the last 5 years, have proven that this is true. And so, can you imagine if you're in a relationship of two, how quickly things can come out of hand because of thoughts. And that also leads me to something very important about thoughts, and how I made a video the other day because I was so confused. Isn't the English language really confusing? And when you put language in a text, so you're writing in a text to somebody, you don't realize what that other person can think, or I can read into that text something, somebody else read into that text something else. I actually found out, according to that video that I made the other day, which I have now taken off because of poisonous thoughts. I am trying to live my life in harmony. I try and do these videos. I try and share with you me. I share with you about my drug addiction. I've shared with you about my sexual trauma. And it's very interesting that people like me who have been bullied, who have been traumatized, can really think, for want of a better word, not correctly. Sometimes we think we can overthink, we can catastrophize something. Like my neighbor, I was angry at my neighbor, and for some reason she sensed it, but like me, she'd been bullied before as well. She came to confront me, but I'm not into confrontation, so I hid. But she thought it's all about her, and this is what we can do to people. We can, by the power of words, really hurt people. And I know that this video may seem kind of like a bit strange, because 1 minute I'm talking about thoughts. Excuse me just a while I just get myself comfortable again so I can sit and chat with you. Is because we have conscious and subconscious thoughts. I found with me a lot of time there's disconnect, and a lot of time with hindsight, feelings, I look back and can trace the original thought. We have to own our thoughts. But it is interesting that people with histories like me can have distorted. When I said wrong, I didn't mean it as in, the situation of that it was wrong. I meant it was distorted. And so this is kind of a mismatch, kind of a video about thoughts, because thoughts lead to words. And I just want you to know that you have to be very careful, because what you think may not be true. And what is true, there are so many variations of the truth. When it comes to, say, there's me, you, and 10 other people witness something, we will all remember it differently, but that doesn't mean that we are all wrong. It's just what sticks out to us. It's just because of our uniqueness. But I'm not really getting off the topic here. I just want to really to say, maybe I am new agey. Maybe some people might think of me as new agey, especially because I say I'm a psychic. But I owned up yesterday to realizing my thoughts, that you can get yourself into going down rabbit holes, warrens, whatever you want to call it, because you can just overthink. And a situation occurred with my neighbour, and I was overthinking, and I said, enough. I bought a present for my neighbour, and I went and saw her. I said, I'm sorry, I'm overtired, I'm angry, and I've had thoughts. And they have been misdirected. And you know what? I'm going to leave it on this, because thoughts make us feel, say, and do. And I just want you, really, if something happens to you and it may be bad, or it may be not how you want it, all I'm trying to say is just stop for a minute before you react. Because when you react to that other person, they're going to have thoughts, and if they react back, there's this vicious circle. So I guess I'm trying to say that, sometimes when we say things, it's because we haven't put thought into it, because we're so hurt, because we're so angry, because we're so confused, that we just, it's been all, in a way, narcissist about ourselves, because, we hurt. And here's a big hug. People do hurt you. But don't perpetuate it with thoughts. And I loved, Little Women, the book Little Women, where Jo had anger against her sister, and her sister, remember, ended up falling through the ice. It's a long time ago since I read the story, and it says, never let the sun go down on your anger. And as I said, this is a bit of a mishmash, but I wanted to be authentic with you, my people who watch me, because I use this platform to share my life. I use this platform to inspire. I use this platform to connect. I use this platform to think. So I'm thinking. So I haven't rehearsed any of this. This video is just me thinking about thoughts. But thoughts can be like little snakes in your head, so venomous. And another thing, do not allow someone else to have free rent inside your head. So I'm going to end it with, let's think happy thoughts. Don't think the worst. And in a case where somebody has hurt you, don't go and gossip. Don't think that it was deliberate. Maybe that person, like what happened to me in my case, had trouble communicating their thoughts, and they communicated it in a wrong way, that I reacted without thought because I was so in the moment, and hurt the person back, which hurt me back. I was an emotional mess. A couple of days ago, I had an emotional breakdown. I was crying. I thought I'd lost a friend, because what we tell ourselves may not be true, and what we say may not be true, and what we do may not be right. And it all stems from thoughts. And if our world leaders had, instead of really thought things through, maybe we'd have peace today. And I'll leave you with that, and let you know that I love you, and do not let the venomous snakes take up room in your head. Love you guys. Bye for now. Not sure when I'll be back on, because I don't know. Talking about thoughts, I don't know what I'm going to talk about until I have a thought. Love you guys. Have a great one.